Here we have Hegemony TV, and it's it's a good one to hang in your television room. We enjoy it.
And you've been hanging this one in your own personal home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people love it. They just haven't bought it yet. But anyway, it is about the television. I'm not saying television is a bad thing here, but I think if little television is good, less is better. Let's put it that way. I think television in general can be utilized in our society in better ways, in more informative and educational ways. The uncontrolled aspect of it, or uncontrollable aspect of it, is quite challenging, and that's essentially why you have a garbage on television. And if you notice that the television isn't plugged in, but it still is on, and it's not as easy as turning the channel. You have to have the appropriate tools to obtain what you need in a lot of cases. And so this is just probably more about awareness and being careful on what you expose yourself to, as well as what's being exposed to us.
So tell me, there's let's see, 4 main pieces or 5 main pieces to this painting that I take notice to. The first one here is the set of pliers here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about what that signifies as part of this painting.
Well, the pliers, the needle nose, is what you reach into these old televisions with.
Oh, that's right.
When the knob breaks, and that's anyone who grew up in the 70s and 80s perhaps knows what I'm talking about.
And many of us are probably the changers, the TV changers as kids. I know exactly. I was.
Yeah. It's exactly that's I'm sure the needle nose plier sales were at their peak in the 70s. So yeah, and a lot of my siblings growing up were very aware of what was being put on television, and we were probably the only house in the neighborhood that didn't have cable, and cable was a lot different than it is today, but nevertheless, it's still hard for me to watch most of what's being put on television. And so it's
So Javi, one of the things that really intrigues me also about this painting, there's a lot that intrigues me about this, because it's a commentary on the society that you grew up in, but then also and the culture, the media culture that you grew up in, but really is impacting our generations today as well. But one of the things I really love about it is that the TV is on, obviously, and with nothing on the TV, and the plug is not connected to a wall. Can you share any the story behind that? What intrigued you to put that into the painting?
Well, that's just kind of a statement of that we'll watch whatever is put in front of us, regardless of the content. The acceptance that the American viewer has on what's being presented is incredible. There's not enough people, asking the question, can it be better? Should it be better? And that's where this comes in. This isn't our only choice. This is what so many people accept.
Yeah.
But it's really nothing, and it could be television could be used as a tool to improve society in so many ways.
That's right.
And unless, there's a profit margin, it's probably not going to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. And how about the antennas on the trash can on top of the TV itself?
Well, in the old days, the 70s and 80s, and especially when you're the only house without cable, you pick up the reception, obviously, but yeah, I just thought that was a neat effect, and maybe to broaden the reception that one gets is to spread the antennas.
Very cool. Was there any significance to the background, the way it's painted, of the painting?
Well, with the whole series, my intent was to be very specific on my thoughts, and it's just a way of concentrating the message, with the fog of thought or the fog of awareness, the fog in general, and that's where the name Patchy Fog for the series comes into play. It's just a little way of getting your message
that makes
clear
sense.
as possible.
That makes sense. Thanks so much, Javi. Appreciate it.
Thank you.